What if I told you that your love story was already written before you even took your first breath? What if I told you that the person God has designed for you is not found by chasing, searching, or settling, but by divine introduction? Too many people are running after love, trying to force relationships that were never meant to be, all because they fear being alone. But let me tell you, when God is the matchmaker, no force on earth can stop what He has ordained. Maybe you've been waiting, praying, wondering when it will be your turn. Maybe you face heartbreak, disappointment, or delays that make you question if God is even listening. But let me remind you, God is not a man that He should lie. His timing is perfect. His ways are beyond understanding. When He brings two souls together, it is not by accident, but by divine appointment. Today, I want to show you how God introduces you to your soulmate, not through rushing, not through desperation, but through His sovereign plan. If you are ready to see love through the eyes of heaven, if you are ready to trust God's process, then open your heart, because He is preparing something beyond your imagination. God's timing is perfect, and when it comes to meeting your soulmate, His divine orchestration is beyond human comprehension. Many people grow impatient, believing they must rush into relationships out of fear of loneliness or societal pressure. But God does not work according to human clocks. He is not bound by the ticking of time. He moves according to purpose. What may seem like a delay is actually divine preparation. When God is leading you to your soulmate, He first ensures that you are spiritually, emotionally, and mentally ready for the connection. He is not just introducing two people, He is aligning two destinies. Consider the story of Adam. God did not create Eve until Adam was positioned in his divine assignment. Adam was placed in the garden, given authority and entrusted with responsibility before God said, "It is not good for man to be alone." Genesis 2:18. This reveals a powerful truth. God does not introduce you to your soulmate until you are where you need to be. If Adam had met Eve before he was established, he would not have been ready to lead, love, and nurture her as God intended. Likewise, God will not bring you into a relationship that you are not spiritually and emotionally equipped to handle. Many times, people rush ahead of God, thinking that they must take matters into their own hands. They jump into relationships that are not aligned with God's will and end up hurt, broken, or distracted from their purpose. But when God is writing your love story, He does not operate on human impatience. He allows seasons of preparation, seasons where He teaches you patience, endurance, and faith. These seasons may feel lonely, but they are necessary because they refine you for the blessing He is about to bring. Think of Joseph in Egypt, waiting in prison before his promotion. Think of David, anointed as king, yet spending years in the wilderness before taking the throne. Both were prepared before they were positioned. The same principle applies to relationships. God does not rush the process because He knows the weight of a divine union. He will not allow you to meet your soulmate prematurely, lest you mishandle what was meant to be a blessing. Waiting on God's timing is not about standing still. It is about growing in faith, purpose, and character. Trusting in His timing means believing that He knows what is best and that He is working behind the scenes to bring you into alignment with the person He has ordained for you. Before God introduces you to your soulmate, He works on your spiritual alignment. Because a soulmate is not just about companionship, it is about divine purpose. God does not simply bring two people together based on physical attraction or emotional excitement. He aligns their spirits, their callings, and their destinies so that the relationship is rooted in His plan. A true soulmate is not just someone you love, but someone who helps you fulfill God's purpose for your life. Many times, People enter relationships based on feelings alone, but God sees beyond emotion. He knows that for a relationship to thrive, both individuals must be spiritually prepared. This is why God often works on you before revealing the person He has ordained for you. He refines your character, strengthens your faith, and teaches you dependence on Him. If your heart is not fully surrendered to God, you may not recognize the right person when they come. But when you are aligned with God's will, your heart and spirit will be in tune with what He is doing, and you will recognize His hand in your relationship. God also ensures that both people are walking in their divine calling before He brings them together. If one person is spiritually mature while the other is distant from God, the relationship will be imbalanced. This is why God sometimes delays the meeting until both individuals have reached a level of spiritual growth where they can support and uplift each other. A soulmate is not just a life partner, they are a destiny helper, someone who strengthens your faith and walks alongside you in fulfilling God's purpose. When your spirit is aligned with God, He will introduce you to the person who complements your calling and strengthens your journey of faith. God often introduces your soulmate through unexpected paths, ways that may not make sense at first, but are divinely orchestrated. Many people have a fixed idea of how they will meet their soulmate, perhaps through a perfect storybook encounter or in an environment they are familiar with. But God's ways are higher than human ways. He uses delays, challenges, and even detours to set up divine connections. What may seem like a setback is often a setup for something greater. Consider how Ruth met Boaz. She was not in her homeland, nor was she actively seeking a husband. She was simply following her faithfulness to Naomi, walking in obedience without knowing that her steps were leading her to her destiny. God used her journey of loss and transition as the very path to introduce her to the man who would become her husband. Likewise, God may take you through seasons that feel uncertain or uncomfortable, but these moments are shaping you and positioning you for divine encounter. God allows disappointments and closed doors to redirect you toward His best. A failed relationship, a sudden move to a new place, or an unexpected career shift may seem unrelated to your love life, but they are part of God's strategy. He is positioning you where you need to be to meet the right person at the right time. If you only focus on the immediate struggle, you may miss the bigger picture of how God is aligning your path with someone else's. If, when God is writing your love story, He weaves details together in ways that only become clear in hindsight, trusting Him means being open to His unexpected ways and understanding that what seems like a detour is often the road to destiny. When God introduces you to your soulmate, it is not based solely on emotions or surface-level attraction. It is recognized through spiritual confirmation. Many people make the mistake of relying only on feelings when choosing a partner, but emotions can be deceptive. God, however, provides a deeper level of assurance, one that is rooted in peace, clarity, and purpose. A God-ordained relationship will not bring confusion or constant doubts. Instead, it will be marked by a sense of divine alignment. One of the strongest indicators of a soulmate sent by God is the presence of peace. Even in moments of difficulty, there is an inner knowing that this person is meant to walk with you. Unlike relationships that are driven by worldly desires or fleeting passions, a divine connection carries a sense of stability. The relationship will not pull you away from God, but will draw you closer to Him. Instead of weakening your faith, it will strengthen your spiritual walk. God also confirms a soulmate through purpose. The person He brings into your life will not be a distraction, but a destiny helper, someone who complements your calling. They will inspire and challenge you to grow, pushing you toward what God has called you to do. This is why discernment is essential. When God introduces your soulmate, you will recognize that they fit into His greater plan for your life. Spiritual confirmation does not always come in a dramatic moment, but through consistent signs of God's guidance. The relationship will align with biblical principles, bear good fruit, and reflect God's love. When God authors the connection, there is no need for fear or uncertainty. His hand in the relationship brings clarity, assurance, and a love that stands the test of time. When God introduces you to your soulmate, it is never by accident, but by divine orchestration. It does not work according to human impatience, but in His perfect timing, ensuring that both individuals are spiritually, emotionally, and mentally prepared. Before bringing two hearts together, He aligns their spirits and calls them to walk in His purpose. Sometimes He leads through unexpected paths, using delays, challenges, and even disappointments to position you exactly where you need to be. And when the moment comes, recognition is not just through emotions, but through the peace, clarity, and purpose that only He can provide. A soulmate is not just a partner in love, but a partner in destiny. Someone who strengthens your faith, supports your calling, and walks with you in alignment with God's plan. If you are waiting, trust His process. If you're searching, seek Him first. And if you are uncertain, look for His confirmation. When God writes the love story, it is unshakable, unbreakable, and filled with His divine favor. Good luck and thank you message. May your heart be strengthened in faith as you wait for God's perfect timing. May you walk with confidence, knowing that He is preparing something beautiful beyond what you can imagine. When the right person comes, may your spirit recognize God's hand in your union, and may your love be a testimony of His divine plan. Thank you for taking this journey of faith with me. Stay encouraged, stay faithful, and get ready, because when God introduces you to your soulmate, it will be worth the wait. God bless you.